What if living alone is not a sign of loneliness, but a return to your truest self? For many people, the idea of living alone carries fear. Silence feels heavy. Empty rooms feel like reminders of what has passed. Society often whispers that living alone means abandonment, loneliness, or failure. But what if those whispers are wrong? What if solitude is not emptiness, but space? What if being alone is not being forgotten, but finally being free? Buddhist wisdom offers a gentle yet profound perspective. There is a difference between loneliness and aloneness. Loneliness is the pain of feeling disconnected. Aloneness is the peace of no longer needing to perform, please, or prove who you are. After 60, life begins to ask quieter questions. Who am I when no one is watching? What remains when the noise fades? What kind of peace do I want to live inside? This reflection is not about rejecting relationships or withdrawing from the world. It is about understanding the deep power that can emerge when you live alone, not in isolation, but in awareness. In this space, you rediscover your breath, your rhythm, your inner voice. These are 6 Buddhist reflections on the power of living alone in old age, lessons for clarity, dignity, and deep inner freedom. Listen slowly. Let the words settle gently. This is not a lecture, it is a quiet conversation between your lived experience and your becoming wisdom. Let us begin. 1. Living alone is not abandonment, it is returning home. There is a belief many people carry silently. If I am living alone at this age, something must have gone wrong. Buddhism invites you to look again, without judgment, without fear. Living alone after 60 does not mean you have failed at life. It often means life has simplified itself. Children grow, roles change, relationships evolve or end. What remains is not emptiness, but essence. In Buddhist teachings, suffering often comes not from circumstances, but from the stories we attach to them. When you label living alone as being left, pain grows. When you see it as being returned to yourself, something softens. For decades, you may have lived in response to others, partners, family, work, expectations. Your days were shaped by needs that were not always your own. Now, for perhaps the first time, your life moves at your pace. Your mornings no longer require permission. Your evenings do not demand explanation. Your silence belongs to you. This is not abandonment. This is autonomy. The Buddha taught that attachment is the root of suffering, not love, but clinging. When we cling to the idea that our worth depends on constant companionship, we fear being alone. But when we loosen that belief, solitude becomes spacious. Living alone allows you to hear what was once drowned out. The sound of your own breath, the natural rhythm of your energy, the quiet intelligence of your body and mind. You begin to notice how little you actually need to feel content. A simple meal, a clean space, a moment of stillness, the absence of emotional tension. Many people discover that they felt lonelier in crowded homes than they ever feel alone in a quiet one. Why? Because solitude without awareness feels empty, but solitude with presence feels full. Buddhism does not teach escape from life. It teaches intimacy with life as it is. Living alone becomes a practice of meeting yourself honestly, without distraction, without roles. Ask yourself gently, when I am alone, what arises? Restlessness, sadness, relief, peace. There is no wrong answer. What arises is simply asking to be seen. You are not meant to fill every silence. You are meant to understand it. In this stage of life, living alone can become an act of deep self-respect. You are no longer avoiding yourself. You are accompanying yourself. And that is not loss. That is coming home. 2. Solitude as a spiritual practice, not a punishment. Many people fear solitude because they confuse it with isolation. But Buddhism draws a clear distinction. Isolation closes the heart. Solitude opens it. The Buddha himself sought solitude, not to escape people, but to understand the mind. He sat alone beneath the Bodhi tree, not because he rejected the world, but because he wished to see reality clearly. Living alone after 60 offers a similar invitation. When your home is quiet, your inner world becomes audible. Thoughts you once pushed aside begin to surface. Memories knock gently. Emotions speak in softer but more honest voices. This can feel uncomfortable at first, but discomfort is not danger. It is simply the mind adjusting to truth. Buddhism teaches that avoidance strengthens suffering, while awareness dissolves it. When you live alone, you are given the chance to meet your inner life without interruption. Solitude becomes a mirror. You see where you are still holding grief, where you are still carrying old roles, where you are still expecting life to be louder than it needs to be. And slowly, something changes. You begin to enjoy your own company, not because you have become detached, but because you have become familiar with yourself. You stop rushing to fill time. You stop fearing quiet evenings. You stop measuring your days by how many interactions they contain. Instead, you measure your days by how settled you feel inside them. A Buddhist practice you can try. When you feel the urge to distract yourself, turning on noise, seeking company out of fear, pause. Place one hand on your chest. Take one slow breath. Ask yourself, what am I avoiding right now? Often, what you are avoiding is not loneliness, but emotion. And emotion, when allowed, passes. Living alone gives you the rare gift of emotional honesty. You no longer need to manage other people's moods or expectations. Your energy returns to you. This is why many elders who live alone report a deep sense of calm. Their nervous systems rest, their minds slow, their hearts soften. Solitude teaches you how to be with life as it unfolds without commentary. You realize that peace does not come from being surrounded. Peace comes from being aligned. Living alone is not a punishment given by life. It is a practice offered by life. A quiet training in presence, a gentle initiation into wisdom. And when solitude is met with awareness, it stops feeling empty. It starts to feel sacred. 3. Freedom from emotional dependency. Standing on your own inner ground. One of the quiet gifts of living alone after 60 is something rarely spoken about: freedom from emotional dependency. For much of life, we learn, often unconsciously, to regulate our emotions through others. We seek reassurance, validation, distraction, or comfort from external relationships. There is nothing wrong with connection. But when connection becomes a requirement for inner stability, suffering grows. Buddhism teaches that true peace does not depend on conditions. It arises from within. Living alone gently reveals this truth. When no one else is responsible for filling your emotional space, you begin to develop a different relationship with your inner world. Feelings arise, and instead of reaching outward, you learn to stay. Sadness comes, and you breathe with it. Joy appears, and you allow it without clinging. Anxiety surfaces, and you notice it without panic. This is emotional maturity. Living alone removes the habit of leaning emotionally, mentally, energetically on others to feel whole. It teaches you to stand on your own inner ground. At first, this can feel unsettling. You may notice moments when you instinctively want someone else to witness your day, validate your experience, or soften your discomfort. But slowly, something remarkable happens. You become your own witness. You begin to trust yourself. The Buddha spoke of taking refuge not in others, but in awareness itself. When you live alone, awareness becomes your companion. You no longer need constant conversation to feel real. Your presence is enough. Ask yourself, can I sit with my emotions without fixing them? Can I allow a quiet evening without labeling it lonely? Can I comfort myself the way I once expected others to? Each time you answer yes, even briefly, you strengthen your inner independence. This does not make you cold or distant. It makes you grounded. You are no longer asking relationships to complete you. You meet others from fullness, not need. Ironically, this makes any connection you do have more authentic. You listen more deeply. You speak more honestly. You no longer fear losing people because you have learned how to be with yourself. Living alone after 60 teaches you one of Buddhism's most liberating truths. You are already whole. Not because life has been perfect, not because pain never happened, but because you have survived, learned, and softened. Emotional independence does not mean you don't care. It means you no longer abandon yourself, and that is a profound form of freedom. 4. Silence, awareness, and the deepening of wisdom. Silence has a reputation it does not deserve. Many people fear silence because it removes distraction. In silence, thoughts become louder, at least at first. But Buddhism teaches that silence is not emptiness. Silence is clarity. Living alone creates a natural environment for silence to emerge. Not forced silence, but organic quiet, spaces between sounds, pauses between moments. In these pauses, awareness deepens. When your days are no longer crowded with constant conversation or external demands, you begin to notice subtleties, the way your breath changes with emotion, the way light moves through your home, the way your body asks for rest before exhaustion arrives. This is wisdom, not intellectual knowledge, but embodied understanding. The Buddha emphasized mindful awareness as the path to liberation. Awareness grows best in simplicity, and living alone simplifies life. You eat when you are hungry. You sleep when you are tired. You speak when words matter. There is no need to explain yourself, no need to maintain a role, no need to fill space with noise. Over time, silence stops feeling awkward. It starts feeling nourishing. You may notice that your thoughts slow down, that old worries lose urgency, that problems which once felt overwhelming now feel manageable or even irrelevant. This is not withdrawal from life, this is intimacy with life. In silence, you realize how much of your suffering came from resistance, arguing with reality, wishing things were different, clinging to how life used to be. Living alone helps dissolve that resistance. You begin to accept what is, your age, your body, your pace, your limits. Acceptance does not mean resignation, it means peace. A Buddhist reflection to practice. When you find yourself in silence, instead of reaching for stimulation, quietly say, "This moment is enough." Let the silence answer. With time, silence becomes a teacher. It shows you which thoughts matter and which ones pass. It reveals that you are not your mind, you are the awareness that observes it. This awareness is steady. It does not age, it does not disappear when others leave. Living alone allows you to rest in this awareness more often, and from this resting, wisdom grows naturally, without effort. You stop chasing meaning, you start recognizing it. 5. Dignity, simplicity, and the quiet strength of living lightly. Living alone after 60 offers a kind of dignity that cannot be borrowed from anyone else. It is not the dignity of status, productivity, or appearance. It is the dignity that comes from no longer needing to impress, explain, or perform. Buddhism teaches that true dignity arises when life becomes simple, not stripped of meaning, but free of excess. When you live alone, life naturally begins to soften around the edges. You notice how little you truly need to feel at ease. Fewer possessions, fewer obligations, fewer emotional entanglements. What remains is not lack, it is clarity. In Buddhist wisdom, simplicity is not about deprivation. It is about removing what distracts the heart. Many people spend their younger years accumulating objects, titles, relationships, expectations. But accumulation has weight. It crowds the mind and exhausts the spirit. Living alone invites the opposite movement. Gentle release. You begin to ask different questions. Do I really need this? Does this bring calm or noise? Does this nourish me or drain me? As these questions guide your choices, your home becomes lighter. Your schedule opens. Your mind rests more easily. You are no longer managing chaos. You are tending to peace. There is a quiet strength in living lightly. You move through your days without urgency. You are not rushing to keep up. You are no longer measuring your worth by how full your calendar is or how much you accomplish. Instead, you measure your days by how settled you feel inside them. Buddhism reminds us that craving leads to suffering, while contentment leads to freedom. Living alone makes this truth visible. Without constant comparison or social pressure, contentment becomes accessible. You stop wanting what others want. You start honoring what your body and heart actually need. This simplicity brings dignity because it is chosen, not imposed. You are not withdrawing from life, you are refining it. You are living with intention. There is also dignity in tending to yourself with care, cooking simple meals slowly, keeping your space clean and gentle, resting when you are tired. These are not small acts, they are expressions of self-respect. Buddhism teaches that caring for the body is caring for the mind. When you live alone, this care becomes personal and attentive. Living lightly also means releasing emotional clutter. Old grudges, unspoken resentments, lingering guilt. These inner burdens weigh more than any object. Alone, you begin to notice how much energy they consume, and slowly you let them go. Not because they were never important, but because they no longer serve peace. There is dignity in forgiveness, dignity in saying, "I no longer carry this." Dignity in choosing calm over being right. As you simplify, you may notice something unexpected. Life feels richer, not smaller. Moments become more vivid. A cup of tea, a morning breeze, the sound of rain. These simple experiences gain depth when your attention is not divided. Buddhism teaches that joy does not come from stimulation, but from presence. Living alone creates the conditions for presence to grow. You are no longer pulled in many directions. Your awareness gathers itself. You also discover the dignity of self-trust. You make decisions without seeking constant approval. You listen to your intuition. You respect your limits. You honor your preferences. This trust builds confidence, not loud confidence, but quiet assurance. There is a deep peace in knowing you can rely on yourself, that you can face a difficult day without collapsing, that you can sit with uncertainty without running from it. Living alone after 60 cultivates this inner resilience. You may still welcome others into your life, but now from a place of choice rather than need. You share your space intentionally. You protect your energy. You know that your peace is valuable. This is the quiet power of living lightly. It does not announce itself. It does not seek recognition. It simply exists, steady, grounded, and free. In Buddhist understanding, the person who needs little is rich. And in this stage of life, richness is not measured by accumulation, but by ease. Living alone becomes a way of walking through the world with dignity, unburdened, attentive, and at peace with yourself. You are not shrinking your life, you are refining it, and that refinement is wisdom. 6. Living alone without loneliness, compassion, connection, and the legacy you leave. Living alone does not mean living disconnected. In fact, Buddhism teaches that when attachment softens, compassion deepens. When you are no longer consumed by emotional dependency or constant interaction, your heart gains space, and in that space, a quieter, more genuine form of connection emerges. Loneliness is not caused by being alone. Loneliness arises when we feel unseen, even by ourselves. Living alone after 60 offers a powerful opportunity to finally see yourself clearly, without distortion, without judgment. And from that self-recognition, compassion flows naturally outward. The Buddha taught that compassion begins with understanding suffering, your own and others. When you live alone, you come to understand your own suffering more intimately. You learn where you are tender, where you are tired, where you are still healing. This understanding makes you gentler, not only with yourself, but with everyone you encounter. You no longer rush conversations. You no longer interrupt silence. You no longer need people to be different for you to feel at peace. This is emotional wisdom. Living alone teaches you how to be present without demanding. When you meet others, neighbors, family, strangers, you offer something rare, calm attention. You listen without preparing a response. You speak without urgency. You allow people to be as they are. This presence is deeply nourishing to others, even if they cannot explain why. In a world that moves quickly and listens poorly, your steady awareness becomes a refuge. Buddhism reminds us that legacy is not built through recognition, but through resonance. People may forget what you achieved or owned, but they remember how you made them feel. Living alone allows you to cultivate the kind of inner peace that quietly touches others. Your compassion becomes practical, a warm greeting, a patient response, a moment of understanding. These gestures may seem small, but they ripple outward, and unlike accomplishments, they do not fade with time. Living alone also deepens self-compassion. Without constant comparison or performance, you begin to treat yourself with kindness. You forgive your past choices. You stop judging your body for changing. You stop measuring your life against imaginary standards. Buddhism teaches that self-compassion is not indulgence, it is clarity. When you stop fighting yourself, energy becomes available for living fully. You learn to speak to yourself gently. You allow rest without guilt. You accept your pace without apology. This self-kindness transforms the quality of your presence. You show up calmer, more grounded, less reactive, and this too becomes part of your legacy. Living alone does not mean your life grows smaller. It means your life grows deeper. Your connections become fewer, perhaps, but more meaningful. You no longer collect people. You cherish moments. You also realize that connection does not require constant proximity. You can feel connected to life through nature, through breath, through simple awareness. Sitting quietly with a tree, watching clouds move, listening to birds at dawn. Buddhism teaches that all of life is relationship. In this way, living alone dissolves the false boundary between self and world. You feel less separate, less defended, more at ease. You begin to understand that you are never truly alone, not because someone is always present, but because awareness itself is always here, steady, attentive, unchanging. This realization brings profound peace. As you move through this chapter of life, remember, your worth does not depend on how many people surround you. Your value is not measured by activity or productivity. Your presence alone carries meaning. Living alone after 60 is not an ending. It is a return to simplicity, compassion, and truth. It is a way of living that honors your experience without being trapped by it. You are not waiting anymore. You are inhabiting your life, and in doing so, you leave behind something timeless, not noise, but peace. If these reflections resonated with you, allow them to walk with you gently through your days. Living alone in old age is not about separation. It is about clarity, dignity, and inner freedom. You are not meant to rush anymore. You are here to live slowly, consciously, and with compassion. If you would like more calm, thoughtful teachings rooted in mindfulness and Buddhist wisdom, consider subscribing to our channel, Mindfulness. Your presence supports us in sharing peace, reflection, and quiet strength with others around the world. Thank you for listening. May you feel at ease in your own company. May you live lightly and kindly. May your days be guided by awareness and peace. Until next time, breathe gently, live simply, and continue your path with quiet confidence.